Welcome back to the Taylor Police Experience. I look low-key like a little bit of a necromancer. I've been doing a few takes of this. Ooh, it's always funny to look at. I want to talk to you guys about distractions. There are distractions all over your life, but we're not going to think about like school and things that we have to be obligated to, like jury duty or some shit. Like, you got to do that. But we're talking about the distractions that you can't control. The distractions that you can't control. Being distracted by Xboxes, and being distracted by games, being distracted by porn, being distracted by bad food, all of this stuff. Just activities with friends you're not even friends with, bad things, just all of this stuff you can just whisk away, but it's hard. Especially when you first start out, you have a ton of distractions on your self-improvement journey. You get a ton. Let's be honest. Because why? You're starting out, you have these big dreams, you want to change your body, you want to get some bitches on your dick, all that great stuff. But you come from a place where a week ago, you didn't have the consciousness, you didn't have the hope, you didn't have the dreams, you were just kind of drifting along. And what does that have? A ton of distractions. You lived a life full of distractions. So of course, once you're aware, like, oh fuck, I am being distracted. A ton. And when you realize these distractions, and when you listen to them, are taking you away from your goals and thus a part of your happiness, it sucks. It sucks really bad. That's one of the worst feelings, like the shame, like, oh my god, I really just did that instead of going to the gym like I promised. What the fuck? You want the exact opposite, don't you? Because it's just better. But more so, what do you get when you have a distraction? When you have a life completely devoid of distractions? Control. On my dopamine detox, I had so much control over my day-to-day fucking life. Like the hours. Every hour was my own. Unless I had some event or something to go to, which I try to keep absolutely at a minimum. Absolutely at a minimum. It was great. Having all that time for strictly yourself, I could read so much, I could work so much. It was fantastic, and honestly, I've never been more focused coming from the dopamine detox and even onward. I'm still keeping it up, and it's been awesome. It's been one of my favorite things ever I've seen for myself. Saying myself more and more focused each and every day. Could you imagine saying that about yourself? Could you imagine saying, yeah, every time there's a distraction, something runs through my mind, I just work 10 times harder to just get rid of it, because fuck that. That's not my life anymore. Could you imagine saying something like that about yourself? You know how awesome that feeling would be? That's a very, it's a little vain, I'll admit, just doing this just to feel good about yourself, but it's true, you will. It's one of the greater things about reaching your goals is not so much the Lambos and the Rolexes. It's about knowing deep and down inside that you were capable of doing this all along. You have the power to do this now. And even if you lost everything, you could come right back. Separate business. You told me, I came from a place where I used to berate myself in my mind constantly. I had such low self-esteem, such high anxiety, for no fucking reason. So maybe it's just me, but I really look forward to saying everything about myself. I'm so proud that I did this. I'm so grateful that I've come this far, and I have, for a vast majority of myself, yeah, I say that. There's still a few key parts missing, but we're working on those. When you have distractions in your life, it's just gonna take you away from what really matters, delaying gratification. If you had, let's say you play video games just 2 hours on the weekends, it doesn't seem that bad. Out of how many 16 waking hours, 2 hours? Okay, you still have 14 hours to do a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, but what if those 2 hours compounded over a year, over 2 years? Oh, now you're missing out on a lot of time. Now, what if that was 3 hours over the same amount of time? That extra hour has lost you so much time. And that sucks. That sucks to look back on, but I wasted so much time completing 100% on Red Dead Redemption 2. Even though Red Dead was a fantastic game, is that really what you want to do over making bands, getting a sick body, being charismatic, fully reshaping your life to the life that you want to live. Is that better? No. You gotta cut distractions out of your life, and I've been distracted before. It's still something that there's just plenty of things that distract me today. But the more you cut out, the more control you're gonna have over what you're gonna do, and the more control you're gonna have, the more things you can defer, the more things you can throw this thing out on the side. I can work here, or I can call somebody at this time because I need to, because I haven't called them in a while. You can have more control over your day-to-day, over your actions, over your time. Control over your time is key, but also control over yourself. Not being distracted by all this things. You don't want somebody to write like, oh yeah, he could be distracted by anything. Fuck that. Once you control life, once you're super good at controlling one part of your life, just like, oh yeah, I don't need that, a lot of other things become easier. If you never want to play video games again, you can use that. All the learnings that you took, like, oh yeah, I don't need that. It's like, if you don't watch porn anymore, like, you can be like, yeah, that journey that took me to, like, I finally am porn free, I'm video game free, I can use in other aspects. Now I can be completely junk food free. Now I can never eat fast food again. I can learn it. It's gonna take some time, but I have some experience. And when you have experience in one thing, the next thing comes a lot easier, doesn't it? Cutting out distractions is such a key part. And they're always gonna be there. Distractions are gonna be there, I promise you that. It's hard to cut them out because your life is chock full of them. But when you fill it up with things that you do want to do, instead of things that are just hoisting your attention away and your focus away and your lifespan away, oh my God, this life is so much better. Life is just better when you actually do the things that you dream about. Like I said that. I know damn well that was a bar, and I know damn well you're like, oh my God, shit, that's true. Fuck distractions. Those who never do will never know. I'm in this video here. I want you guys to think about what's controlling your life, what's distracting you from your life, and whether or not any of these desires are like taking away part of your freedom. Because if they are, you gotta cut. That's a clear sign. You gotta cut it the fuck out. If something is literally taking away your freedom to choose, your freedom to control yourself, that's a big green neon sign that says, hell nah. Damn, my chest is sore. Alright, I'm in this video here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.